for me being created for such a time as this, it's like, I just ask every time I look and reflect on what's going on right now, I just say, Lord, help down my unbelief because this is the only way I can put my foot forward to, take that step and that leap of faith to work and do everything that is expected of me. At times, I'm telling you, I've been fearful, but then I'm like, if I encourage fear, where am I going to be? How am I going to deal with the situation if I allow fear to take control of me? Where's my faith? I keep asking myself that. And I said, oh God, I remember, faith of a mustard seed move mountains. So I have to move mountains. So I have to let God guide me and know that God is with me in everything that I do. So that has empowered me, and it just mind-boggling the way things are. But each time I look back, I'm like, you know what? I can do this because God is with me, so I can do this. It's important for women to be ministered to because, we all need somebody sometime. And so much is expected of women, the home life, work life, and the me life. You know, at times, us women don't take or find time for ourselves because we just think that we have so much to do. We have to figure out what we have to do at work, figure out what we have to do for the family, to make sure the husband is fine, to make sure the kids are okay. So women on a whole really need to be encouraged. They need to um, have that support and know that they can find a way to unleash or to release whatever issues they're having. And sometimes they can look back and say, oh my goodness, thank God I have my church family. I have this person I can call. I can really just let go and just allow myself to be ministered to, allow myself to learn from different things and not just hold on to just me, what I think or how I should do this. Who do I think is most influenced by my relationship with God? I think I am most influenced. And the reason why I say I am because I have grown stronger and I didn't allow things to take on or take control of me. I said, God, you got to walk me through this, no matter what it is. I see how many people, they're so fearful and they're afraid. Nobody wants to walk close to anyone. Nobody wants to say hi or hello anymore. And I'm like, you know what, God? Thank you because you have encouraged me to a point where I know because of you I'm able, and because of you I can step out in faith and know that I'm covered. And being covered by his blood, it has just motivated me to the point where I'm like, I'm not fearful. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. So I just look at it and say, you know what? If it's my time, God is ready for me. And if it's not, he has more work for me to do. So I'm influenced by how I know that he's here with me and with us. So I know for a fact that he's here. Just when is he gonna approach us? So I'm ready for this. I'm like, am I ever ready? But how can we know if we're ever ready? So I'm just saying, Lord, thank you. Also, with the influence of God in my life, it has really empowered me to maintain my job. I work in the emergency room as a nurse, and I'm telling you, from what I see, so many nurses who have resigned and quit their jobs because they're like, I can't do this, because they're so afraid. And it's seeing how it has been so overpopulated lately, and so much people are fearful of having COVID and dealing with the issues of having it. In fact, it's just mind blowing. And then every time I go to work, I say, Lord, you got to strengthen me to keep going. Because of this, I'm able to work. I don't work full time or a PRN. And let me tell you, I work full time plus. And I'm like, thank you, God, because You know I needed this, but at the end of the day, he had made it possible for me to be able to minister to some that really needs to hear me. I'm telling you, I'd be in there talking to my patient, and all of a sudden I'm humming, and whatever message that he has, the patient will always say to me, "Ooh, I love that. I have not heard that song in such a long time." I'm like, I don't know. It just popped in my head, and I always hum, you know. So they call me the humming nurse, you know. But it's soothing, and I'm like, thank you, God, because if this is how you want me to embrace and relate to them, thank you, because I can do this, and I can tell myself already I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. So because of how God has blessed me, I'm able to also minister to patients, touch them, listen to them, hear them, and they cry on my shoulder sometimes, and I'm like, you know what, I have to embrace this because this is what God has blessed me to do. So I'm like, I'm very grateful for this because God has really shined through me. At times I lose, like it's like I'm lost. I'm like, God, where am I? What am I doing? Sometimes I'm like so afraid, and it's like you can hear that voice telling me, why are you afraid? You said I'm here, so why are you allowing fear to take over? And believe me, being the human side of things is like crazy, but when you allow yourself to look back and see and reflect that God is with you, it's like, whew. So after every time I work, I go for a nice long run. If I can't run, I work out in the house doing lift up, like, weights. I do whatever, planks, whatever, 15, 20, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. I work out because that's my happy place. So I go to my happy place to stress, release all that built up. And then when I go the next day, I'm fresh again, ready for it. So I'm thankful to God for that.